So today we'll discuss solubility of gas in liquid from the unit solubility of drug. So question will be in your mind that how the gases will be solubilized into the liquid. But this is possible and this is the one of the solution where the gas it will act as an solute, water that is liquid it will act as an solvent, and these gases they will homogeneously get dissolved into the liquid, that is into the water, and they form the solution. So solubility of gases in liquid it is depends on the mass of gas molecule which is going to be dissolved, pressure which is available, which is applied on the surface of liquid, temperature of the system at which the gas is going to be dissolved into the water, presence of salt, is there any salt is present in the system, and is there any chemical reaction between the solute and the solvent, that is nothing but between the gas molecules and the liquid molecule. On these factors the solubility of gas into the liquid it is depends. So first factor, the mass of gas molecule. So simply if the mass of gas molecule it is more, definitely it will increase the solubility of gas into the liquid. Okay, as the mass of the molecule if it is more, it will easily dip, or it will easily take the deep dive into the liquid. So as mass of gas molecule more, solubility of the gas into the liquid it will be more. Larger the mass of gas molecules, what happen due to the larger mass of gas molecules, whatever the forces of attraction, that is the London force of attraction, Debye force of attraction between the gas molecule and the solvent molecule, they will be more stronger. So due to this what happen, the gas molecules they will get easily solubilized when if the size and mass of the gas molecule if it is more. The gases increase in the solubility with increase in pressure. So in the bit factors affecting solubility, we have discussed the solubility of gas it will get increase as pressure applied on the surface of the system if it is increase. So what it indicate, the solubility of gas into the liquid it is directly proportional to the pressure. So as we are increasing the pressure, what happen, solubility of the gas into the liquid it will get increase. So why this is happen? Why due to raise in the pressure, why due to increasing the pressure the solubility of gas into the liquid it is increased. So we'll discuss this phenomenon. The generally solubility of gas into the liquid it is explained by and it is governed by the Henry's law. So what happens, increasing the pressure resulting into the more collision of the gas molecule. What happens, due to increasing the pressure more collisions of the gas molecules will take place at the surface of the solvent. So due to the more collision, what happen? More solvation effect it will be possible, and hence greater solubility will take place. So let us see, this is the liquid, and these are the gaseous molecules which are present on the surface of liquid. So these gaseous molecules, they are randomly moving. You know that solid molecules, they are randomly moving in the form of the Brownian motions. That is, you can say their collisions. So this collisions of the molecule, it is in random motion. So if you apply the pressure on this molecule, on this system by this way, so these molecules which are in the random collisions, what happen? They will get exposed. They will come in contact with the surface of solvent. So what happen here? Due to increase in the pressure, here what takes place? The interaction between the solute molecule and solvent molecule, it is increased. So as we are increasing the pressure, due to the increase in the pressure, we are facilitating, we are just enhancing the solute solvent interaction. That means molecules of the gas and molecules of the solvent. So as this interaction, it will get more. Due to this, they will start to form the bond between the solvent and solute, that is intermolecular force of attraction between the solute and solvent, it will be more, and due to this we are getting here greater solubility as increasing the pressure in case of gas in liquid. Okay, understood why solubility it will get increased due to the application of the pressure. And the effect of pressure on the solubility of gas, as I told you, it is governed by the Henry's law. So what is the statement of Henry's law? Henry's law states that in a very dilute solution, at a constant temperature, the concentration of dissolved gas is proportional to the partial pressure of the gas above the solution at equilibrium. So what it means? In a dilute solution at a constant temperature. So these two conditions are very, very important. What happened? The concentration of dissolved gas. Let us see. C is the concentration of the dissolved gas into the solvent. This concentration is proportional to the partial pressure. So what happened? Concentration is proportional to the partial pressure, which is present above the solution. So in simply, what is Henry's law? The concentration of the gas which is dissolved, it is directly proportional to the partial pressure which is present or which is applied on the solution. But at what condition? At dilute conditions. And one important parameter is temperature must be constant. Okay. So in simple, Henry's law is as increase in the pressure, solubility of gas into the liquid, it will get increase at constant temperature in very dilute solution. Okay, simply another way also we can say the Henry's law. The solubility of gas in a liquid is directly proportional to the partial pressure of the gas at constant temperature. So here in this case, we have taken concentration. Here we have taken solubility, because solubility we are expressing in the term of concentration. So we can say either solubility or either concentration. So by this way we can also write S is, that is S stands for solubility. It is directly proportional to the partial pressure at constant temperature. Okay, by another way we can say the Henry's law. The partial pressure of the gas, it is obtained by subtracting the vapor pressure of the solvent from the total pressure above the solution. So how you can determine the partial pressure of the gas? You are aware about the Dalton's law of pressure. The total pressure which is exerted into the mixture. Okay, total pressure which is exerted by the mixture, it is just a summation of individual pressure. The more than one components are present into the system. So whatever the pressure of the system, it will be the summation. Okay, it will be the total of all the components which are present into the system. Let us see the A, B and C, these three components which are present into the system. The pressure exerted by A component, it is PA, B component is PB, C component is PC. This is the pressure of individual component, and the pressure of total system, it is P. Okay, this is as per the Dalton's law, P1, P2, P2, P3, P4. Okay, so as if you just reduce, if you just subtract the vapor pressure of solvent from the pressure, that is total pressure of the solution, whatever the value you are getting, it will be the partial pressure of the gas. By this way we can determine the partial pressure of gas. So Henry's relationship can be expressed as solubility is directly proportional to the pressure. So for the simplification of the equations, or to remove the proportional sign, we will take the one constant, that is K. So this equation will becomes S is equal to K into P. So where what happened, this yes, it will be the solubility of, S will act as an solubility of gas into the liquid. It will be expressed into the moles per liter. P stands for pressure which is applied on the surface, or which is available on the surface, and pressure, it is generally expressed in terms of bars. The K, it is just proportional constant. In this case, in this equation, in Henry's law, it is called as the Henry's law constant. Okay, this is the equation for the Henry's law. So what happened generally, this if you go in detail, the solubility is based on the mole fraction of the gas in the solution. So then Henry's law, it will becomes the partial pressure of the vapor phase is proportional to the molar fraction of the gas in the solution. What is mole fraction? You have gone through this mole fraction, and if you consider the mole fraction, then the partial pressure of the vapor phase P is proportional to the mole fraction of the gas in the solution. So you may express this in this equation, P is equal to kh into x. Here again, kh is the Henry's law constant, P, it is an pressure, that is partial pressure, and X it will stands for the mole fraction. Okay, so this Henry's law, it will be represented in the form of graph. If we plot the solubility against the partial pressure, just look towards this graph. As the pressure is increased, solubility increased. Okay, it is a expression for the four gases. In all these cases, as the pressure, partial pressure is increased, solubility is increased. This is the graphical representation of the Henry's law. So where this Henry's law, it will be applicable. The main application of Henry's law is respiratory physiology. To predict how gas will dissolve into the alveoli and blood stream during gas exchange. Okay, during the respiration phenomenon, when you are breathing, you know that gas from the various gases, oxygen, it is taken, and other gases they will get removed. That is, the exchange of gases will be takes place during the phenomenon of respiration. Okay, so in this case, how this which is inhaled by the lung, it will reach to the blood stream. That means how it will reach towards the systemic circulation through the blood streams during the gas exchange. So what happens? The amount of oxygen that dissolve into the blood stream, it is directly proportional to the partial pressure of the oxygen in the alveoli. So as the more oxygen it is available at the place of alveoli, so what happens? The more pressure will be available, or more pressure will be exerted by these oxygen molecules or the gaseous molecules. And as the pressure exerted by the gaseous molecules, if it is more, so what happens? The more oxygen, it will be absorbed, it will be dissolved into the blood stream. Okay, that is the relationship between the pressure and the solubility of the gas into the liquid. So in this place, the blood stream, it will act as a solvent, and oxygen, it will act as a solute. Okay, so by this way, the gas molecules, it will be dissolved into the solvent. So more specific, if we talk, the person who is standing, or it is who is living at the high altitude, what happens? At high altitude, that person is suffering from the hypoxia conditions, because the amount of oxygen which is dissolved, it is less. So less oxygen, it will be available after breathing. Whatever the quantity of the oxygen which is taken by that person, it will be less dissolved into the blood. So that person is suffering from the hypoxia condition, and he may feel the weakness. Okay, because we know that as the altitude, it will get raised, the pressure, it will get changed. Okay, this the practical situation, it will be happen, and here you can apply the Henry's law. So another way we can say that, what are the fish? बघा, तुम्ही ज्यावेळेस पाण्यामध्ये बघता, ज्यावेळेस इथे फिश असतात, विहिरीमध्ये वगैरे ज्या ठिकाणी फिश असतात, ते फिश कधी वरती असतात का सरफेसला? नाहीये. they always available at the depth. Okay, instead of surface, they were available at the depth of the water. So what happened in this place at the upper side, the temperature of the system it is more. जर तुम्ही विहिरीमध्ये वगैरे गेला, जस जसं तुम्ही तळाकडे जाताल तस तसं पाणी थंड लागत जातं. सो व्हॉट हॅपन ऍट द ज्यावेळेस विहिरीच्या वरचा भाग असतो, at the top surface, what happened, the temperature it is more. So due to the more temperature, what happened, whatever the gases molecules, that is specifically we can say that whatever the dissolved oxygen which is available at the surface, it will be less because it will get evaporated, it will get escape, because we know that as the temperature increase, the solubility of the gas into the water it is decreased. Okay, so as we are having the more temperature at the upper surface, the less fish will be available because concentration of the dissolved gas it is less at upper. So as we are moving, or as you are taking the dive towards the depth of the water level, so here the amount or concentration of the dissolved gas, dissolved oxygens more specifically, it will be more. So more number of the fishes will be available at the depth. So this will indicate the how the variation in the dissolved oxygen we are getting into the water. Okay, as the more fishes they are available at the depth of the water, that means the more oxygen is available, more dissolved oxygen is available there, and at the surface the less dissolved oxygen is available. Why at the surface less dissolved oxygen is available? Due to more temperature, and due to the temperature what happen, the gaseous molecules they will get escape, because we know that the relationship, as the temperature increase, the solubility of the gas into the liquid it is decreased. So this is the most typical example to get understood the solubility of the gas into the liquid, and the relationship between the temperature and the solubility of the gas in liquid, and the relationship between the pressure and the solubility of the liquid. So another way, this Henry's law, as earlier also I told you what are the soft drinks we are getting. In the soft drinks, what you are observing, after opening of the, let us talk about the Coca-Cola. After opening of that Coca-Cola bottle, we are getting the release of carbon dioxide. That means what happened, the gas it will get escape from that container. So what is indicate the gas it is available before opening the container, the gas which is available into the bottle, which is in the compressed, which is in the pressurized forms. With the high pressure or with the help of pressure, what happens, that gas which is dissolved into that soft drinks. So when we are packing the bottles or the containers of the soft drinks, we are applying the high pressurized air along with the carbon dioxide and water vapor. So with the pressurized streams, we are filling this bottle, so that more that carbon dioxide it will be available in the packed, that is compressed air soft drinks bottle. So as you are opening that bottle, that all the gas which is available in the soft drinks it will get escape. So there also Henry's law it will be applicable. Then what are the limitations of Henry's law? First limitations, in the definition only we have put two conditions, but in the statement of Henry's law the solutions must be dilute. So this will indicate the Henry's law is applicable only for the dilute solution. If the concentration of the solute, if it is more, these solutions doesn't obey Henry's law. Second important condition is temperature of the system must be constant. So Henry's law is applicable only at constant temperature. Third is pressure. The pressure applied or the pressure exerted by the system, it must not be too high. It must be moderate. Then only Henry's law, it will be applicable to the solutions. Okay. Next is if the solubility of the gas in the solvent is low. If the more affinity is there, if it is more soluble, again Henry's law is not applicable to the solutions. And the very important is the gas does not react with the solvent to form the new species. So it means there should not be the chemical interaction between the solute and solvent. There should not be the gas molecules will chemically interact with the solvent molecule and it will form the new entity. That means there should not be any chemical reactions. If there is no chemical reaction, then only we can apply, or then only these solutions will obey Henry's law. For example, it's in water, if you dissolve the ammonia, so we know that ammonia, it will get interact with the water molecules. Okay, let us see. NH3 plus H2O, it will give the NH4 plus and OH minus. This is due to the chemical reaction or the chemical interaction between the NH3 and water molecules. So in this case, Henry's law will not be applicable. Another example is there are many gases, carbon dioxide also, it will get interact with the water. There also Henry's law will not be applicable. So there should not be any chemical reaction, and the gaseous molecules should not go under dissociations. Means what? There should not be the ionizations. Means what? Ions of the gaseous molecules and solute and solvent molecules should not form in the system. Okay, that means there should not be the ionization procedure into the system. If their ions get forms, the Henry's law will not be applicable to that system. Okay, so these are the some limitations of the Henry's law. If you look towards this picture A and D, so in this first case, the gaseous molecules, some are get dissolved into the solvent, and some are freely available and the above the surface of the solvent. At this now condition, what happened? The concentration of the gaseous molecule, it is more in environment, we can say, as compared to the solvent, and they are trying to reach the equilibrium. But you apply the pressure in this second, that is in picture B. If you apply the pressure, what happens? The volume of gas, let us see here. Here the volume of gas is this much in this picture A, and in picture B, as you apply the pressure, the volume of gas, it is get reduced. So what happens? As the volume of gas is reduced, the concentration of the gas which is available to get dissolved into the solvent, it is more. So in this case, whatever the molecular collisions they will take place, they will get directly interact with the solvent molecules. So what will happen here? The interaction between this solute molecule and these solvent molecules, it will be get increased. And due to this solute-solute interactions and the increase in the concentration of the gas which is available at the surface of the liquid due to the increase in the pressure, its effect is increase in the solubility of the gas, that is increasing the concentration of the gas molecule into the solvent. Okay, so directly we can say that due to the increase in the pressure, solubility of the gas into the liquid, it will get increased. And how it is increased, this we have explained. Okay, so more specifically in another picture, it will get clear idea. Let us share. Initially, without pressure, the dynamic equilibrium, it will get formed. The dissolved gas concentration, it is less as compared to the free gas molecules. In second, as you increase the pressure, volume, it will get, what happen? Volume, it will get reduced, and concentration of the gaseous molecule, it will get increased in case of the picture B. And due to this, again, the solute solvent, they will start to reach the equilibrium conditions, and this dynamic equilibrium condition will be achieved, and the homogeneous solution, it will get formed. That means gas, it will get dissolved into the solvent. Here we will get the clear idea, as increasing the pressure, how the solubility, it will get increased. Just see, this is the pressure bar. Look towards this, as just see, as increase in the pressure, these molecules, they will get exposed. These molecules, they will get enter into the solvent. At reduced pressure, just see, apply the pressure, these molecules, they will get exposed. Okay, that means interaction between the solute solvent will take place. As pressure is get reduced, these molecules, they will get escape, or they will get away from the solvent. Okay, by this picture, we will get the clear idea exactly what happened as the pressure is increased in case of gas in liquid. Okay, this is the basic, how the pressure, it will get influence the solubility of gas in liquid. We will get the clear idea from this animation. Next factor is temperature. Earlier also we have discussed that increasing the temperature, solubility of the gas in the liquid, it is decrease. And why this is happen? Because of the increase in the kinetic energy of the gaseous molecules. And this kinetic energy, it will leads to the breakdown of intermolecular bonds. And due to the breakdown of intermolecular bond, what happen? Gas, it will get escape from the solutions. That is, its concentration, it will get reduced. That means its solubility, it will get decreased. Already we have explained this factor in the solubility get influenced by the temperature, that is factors affecting on the solubility. Okay, this sentence, from this sentence we can write one page. If you just understood this key points, that is the increasing the temperature, what happened? Kinetic energy of the gas molecule is increased. And what happened as the kinetic energy of gas molecules, it will get increased, it will start to break down of the intermolecular bonds. And we know that to give the solution into the homogeneous forms, there must be the interaction between the solute solvent, and the solute solvent interaction is possible when, if they have the forces of attraction between the solute molecule and solvent molecules. And as the stronger the solvent and solute molecular intermolecular forces are stronger, they will form the intermolecular bonds, they will be stronger. And if we are getting the better bond formation, that is better intermolecular bond formation between the solute and solvent, they will form the homogeneous mixture. But due to the increase in the temperature, if these bonds get break, definitely these gaseous molecules, they will get escaping, and ultimately it will affect on the solubility of the gas into the liquid, and its net effect is due to increasing the solubility, due to increasing the temperature, solubility of the gas into the liquid, it will get increased. Okay, this is the effect of temperature on the solubility of gas in liquid. Example is simple, as I told you, carbon dioxide gas escape faster from the carbonated drink as temperature increased. As you are opening the container, opening the bottle, so what happen? Temperature it will get increased and pressure it will get reduced. Okay, so that gas mole it will get escape. Let us see in this picture. As under pressure, the gas, if it is available in the bottle, these molecules we are getting in the white colors. These are the bubbles. These bubbles indicate that the gas. Okay, but temperature is less. In this case, temperature is less and pressure is more. So if you open these bubbles, it will indicate the gas which is available into the liquid. That is solubility of the gas into the liquid. Here also, these bubbles. So we will get the mixture or solution of the gas in liquid, how it will look, or how these bubbles they will be available, that is solute molecules into the solvent. Okay, this is the pictorial representation of the solubility of gas in liquid, or the solution in which gas is dissolved. Okay, from these two picture. Next is dissolved gases are often liberated from the solution by the introduction of an electrolytes, and sometimes by the non-electrolytes. So if you add the electrolytes into the solution, so whatever the dissolved gases which are available into the solution, they will get liberated. So ultimately what happens? The solubility of the gas, it will get decreased. And the phenomenon where this happen, it is called as salting out. So exactly what will be happen due to the addition of these electrolytes? So due to this electrolytes, these electrolytes they will get from the ions, and due to the formation of the ions, we know that there is the interaction between the opposite charge. These ions, they are more capable to form the bonds. They will, with speed, they will get from the associations. So these electrolytes molecules, they will start to interact with the either solvent molecules. So as we are getting the strong interaction between these ions from the electrolytes and the solvent molecules, there will be the interaction between the only electrolytes and solvent. But we wanna gases must be dissolved into the solvent. So to maintain the solubility of the gas into the solvent, what we are expecting? The interaction between the solvent molecule and the gas molecules. Am I right? So as we are adding the third agent, third substance, it is an salt or it is an electrolytes, and that electrolyte having the greater capacity to get from the bond with the solvent molecule in comparison with the gas molecules. So what happens? The gaseous molecules will not get from that much strong bond, or will not get from the bond, or there will not be intermolecular forces between the gaseous molecule and the solvent molecules. It will be, these forces will be weak as compared to the ions from the electrolytes and the solvent molecules. So definitely what will happen? The gaseous molecules, they will start to liberate. They will get escaped from the mixture, from the solution, and the solubility of these dissolved gases, it will be decreased due to the addition of the electrolytes. And this phenomenon is known as the salting out effect. Okay, understood. Why? Due to the addition of the electrolyte, the dissolved gases, they will start to liberate. This is the reason behind this. Okay, this sentence also very, very important while mentioning the factors affecting the solubility of the gas into the liquid. Okay, just see, as we are opening the container or the bottle of the soft drink, we are getting such types of the gas which is liberating or which is get escaped. Okay, because as you have reduced the pressure, as we have withdrawn the pressure by opening this cap, okay, these molecules from these gaseous molecules from the container, they will start to escape. Okay, this is the best example to get understood the solubility of the gas into the liquid. Okay, everyday life we are observing, because everyone is known about the cold drinks.